Hey pals, welcome back to Peeps Wax Packs and welcome back to another edition of Peeps Pickups. We're a little off kilter today, as you can see, but we're going to roll with it. When I was back in the basement, back in Minnesota, months ago now, I came across this, a 1959 Topps Willie Mays. I love the 59 design, and this had me thinking, I know this is way off center in both directions. This is something I've had for now since I was probably 17 or something. Well, I'll just tell you, that was 30 years ago now. So this had me thinking, I found this, had me thinking, I ought to get some more Willie Mays cards, really. I mean, in my opinion, at this point in my life, I do believe Willie Mays is probably the best baseball player of all time. It's debatable. It's my opinion, though, and, I've lived in San Francisco for nearly 20 years now, and how can I not have more Willie Mays? So I was psyched to find that in the basement. Maybe one day I'll get a little bit better copy, but it had me thinking, let's go for it. So I found a 58 Willie Mays. 58 Topps is another great design. 50's Topps generally, I think the designs are fantastic. And this came in a BVG 3.5. It was very reasonable. And, when I'm looking at these, I'm looking at the card, not the holder or the grade, really. This one was fairly nicely centered. It was affordable. The surface was really nice on it. Surface is something that is my number one concern when it comes to cards. I know for a lot of people it's centering. For me, it's surface and color. So there you have it, a 1958 in a Beckett Vintage grading, 3.5. Pretty good card there. I thought it was a nice copy to fill right in. And I do have a 58 All-Star Willie Mays, which the 58 Topps, it was the first year they introduced All-Star cards. I'm not going to show those today. I'm just going to show the flagship cards from, I do also have a Bowman coming here, hint, hint. Anyway, next one here is something I picked up in the last 2 weeks. This one is one I had been looking at. I've been looking at all of Willie Mays' flagship cards. I just have them on my watch list. And here's the 66 Topps Willie Mays. The surface on this one was great. Centering pretty good too. I mean, it's not perfect, but for a VG-EX4 and the price point I got it at, I couldn't pass it up. The 66 Topps. It just looks great. I love the green banner on this one. And here's the back. Back's very clean. Really nice. The back's actually slightly, even better centered than the front, which happens. And there's a little fisheye there and little imperfections that dings it. Fisheye on the back isn't going to bother me, that's for sure. Anyway, here's a 66 Topps Willie Mays and a PSA 4. So that, I'm working my way towards the flagship Mays run. I realize I may never get the 52 Topps. Or the 51 Bowman, that's for sure. But, I'm doing what I can here, and this next one was huge for me. This is a card I've been looking at for years. It's never been in my price point, and I do keep an eye out for low-grade copies, and this one popped up, and it was right up my alley. It's very low-grade, but it presents really well, and this is the 1954 Bowman Willie Mays. Of course, it's a little off-center, top to bottom, as well as right to left, and there's a little crease. It's not that little, I guess. It's along the right-hand side there, but, it's not in his face or really in his body or anything, and so I can live with that. The rest of the surface of the card looks fantastic. Another problem with these is often they're out of focus. The focus can be really tough on these. And this one had nice focus. I don't know what else to say. The back's pretty good. I mean, there is a slight little crease kind of in the bottom middle there, very hard to see. That probably dinged it as well. It doesn't come through to the front. So this only got a fair 1.5, but that brought it right down to where I could afford it, frankly. And this is just a nice looking copy. And so I got the card I'd been looking at for years, the 54 Bowman Willie Mays. And there's my 4 Willie Mays cards. You know, I'm working on more, but figured I'd share those for you today, and hope you like them. And I don't know, let me know how you feel in the comments below. Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid. All right, take care, everybody.